Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing a Patek Philippe 3970J Series 2 in 18-karat yellow gold. You can see this German language perpetual calendar, chronograph in yellow gold, and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Patek Philippe 3970J. Now, the 3970 was made from approximately 1986 to 2004. There are a couple of different series, starting with what's basically a catch-all for Series 1, a number of first-generation watches. The Series 2, which featured a rather more monotone dial composition and a screwed-in caseback, and then the Series 3, which you can easily recognize, first because they're more Series 3 than the other two, but because it features baton-style hands and baton or dart-style indices. It's easy to tell them apart from the front, but it's also easy to tell them apart when you turn them over and see the screwed-in caseback. So you see the screwed-in caseback and the foy or leaf-style hands with baton indices. This is a Series 2 watch. So let's talk a little bit about how it fits and then dive deeper into that dial and the complication. Now, the watch is 36.3 millimeters across the round of the case, not including the crown or the vintage-inspired pump-style pushers. 12 millimeters thick, you can see the concave bezel and the generous slope of the rather pot-bellied case means it easily slides underneath any dress cuff. Sleeve will ramp up and over it. It's very compact from lug to lug. By modern standards, this would almost be a unisex bordering on a lady's watch at 43.5 millimeters. And if that scares you away, well, this probably isn't for you. May I recommend Hublot. But for those of you who understand the appeal of a traditionally sized and discreetly proportioned watch, continue. The watch features reasonable heft, considering that it is rather petite. It's hefty, and a large reason for that is the solid yellow gold caseback. Now, the watch does not ship with a separate sapphire display caseback, although that is optionally available from Patek Philippe. In the meantime, you have the solid gold caseback featuring the pre-1995 hallmarks. You can see the Helvetic signature right next to the 750 gold stamp, so the head of Helvetia with a G stamp on her head, so you know it's from Geneva. And you can see the watch all in high polish as it sits on the wrist. Handsome character lines, beautifully fluted lugs, strong caseband definition, and of course that concave bezel that helps to shrink the watch a little bit visually, not to make it look smaller, but to make it look a little bit more elegant because it does have rather cobby proportions. The strap is a simple piece, medium rectangular scale alligator leather with a medium brown gloss finish, folded edge in a monotone stitch, and a simple Patek Philippe spade style yellow gold pin buckle. Now you can see that the watch is all of high polish, but that seems natural and appropriate on a traditionally sized Patek Philippe dress timepiece. The dial is nicely executed with an opaline or matte silver finish. It glows rather than brilliantly flashing at you the way a sunburst will. This one's warm rather than volcanic. Again, a sunburst creates extreme lighting effects. This one's a little bit muted and understated, like the watch itself. Now, I mentioned that the dial of this one's a little bit more monotone than a first generation 3970, and you can see that most evidently in the registers at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, where the centers are approximately the same silver tone and texture as the dial itself. You'll note appliques diamond polished and faceted in matching yellow gold for the hours, leaf or foy style hands. There's a very small Lancet style chronograph seconds hand that is beautifully blued with a counterweight, and you can see coaxial indicators at 3 and 9. You can see the 24-hour cycle inside the constant seconds at 9 o'clock. The 24-hour stub hand lets you know when you are in the nighttime, thus when the danger zone is. It's a useful day-night indicator, but its primary purpose is to prevent you from trying to set the calendar, which uses pusher adjusters, during the period of automatic turnover. Now, the watch also features a leap year cycle indicator inside the 30-minute chronograph minute register at 3 o'clock, and you can see the sub-registers are somewhat dished and sunken into the dial. A classic crescent-style moon phase with a beautiful blue night sky and golden stars and moon, and you'll also note, and this is where the German language element comes into play, This was originally a German market watch, so Teutonophiles who might otherwise be inclined toward Longa, Glasuta Original, or even one of the upscale Nomos references like the Lambda or the Lux, here you go. You've got a Patek Philippe that speaks your language. Wear it with pride in your Porsche 911 or Audi R8. Your car undoubtedly higher in profile than this discreet and classically styled watch. And you can see that's evident in the profiling of the crown and the pushers. Vintage pump style. Everything about the watch is understated. I can tell you a little bit about what powers the timepiece. Unfortunately, I can't show you, but it's a variation on the CH2770. 18,000 vibrations per hour, manually wound with a 48-hour power reserve. It does not feature hacking seconds, but it does feature a 122-year moon phase. That is, it requires adjustment every 122 years. The perpetual calendar with leap year phase indicator, and a very crisp column wheel chronograph. You feel it, you hear it, it's very mechanical. It does bear the Geneva hallmark, and should you ever fit the watch with a display case back, you will be able to enjoy the old standard of Patek Philippe movement signage. 24 jewels, and again, a big slow beating balance with a Gyromax style free-sprung architecture for resistance to bump and vibration-induced timing deviation, and also to take and hold a more precise regulation. It's an enormous balance that spans almost a third of the diameter of the movement, and it features a Breguet overcoil hairspring to give the watch additional resistance to position or gravitationally induced timing deviation. This watch, handsome, understated, classical, part of a bygone era of Patek Philippe design, look no farther than the small size of the company marquee on the dial to confirm that. You can own a piece of this bygone era, a classic period in Patek Philippe design and watchmaking, by checking out this 3970J Series 2 German language calendar on our website.